I want to tell you a secret that most people in my position don't like to admit. Even after 2 decades in healthcare, a doctorate, and reaching the rank of professor, there are still days I walk into a high-level meeting and think, how did I get here? What if they realize I'm still figuring this out? If you've ever felt like an imposter, you're in elite company. Today, we're going to dismantle the fraud myth together. There is this professor's perspective. Imposter syndrome doesn't hit people who are actually incompetent. It hits the highest achievers. In research, the more you learn, the more you realize how much you don't know. That's not a sign of failure, it's a sign of intelligence. If you feel like an imposter, it's usually because you've pushed yourself into a stretch zone, a room where you are growing. You aren't a fraud, you're a pioneer in a new territory. The feeling of not belonging is often just the growing pains of a new level of success. When imposter syndrome hits, your brain starts looking for evidence that you don't belong. It ignores your degrees, your promotions, and your wins, and focuses on your one mistake. In pharmacology, we don't ignore data that doesn't fit our theory, we investigate it. I want you to look at your evidence objectively. When that voice says, I don't belong here, I want you to counter it with your receipts. Look at the work you have put in, the hurdles you overcame, and the fact that the people who invited you into that room are likely very smart. If they believe in you, why don't you believe in them? The most powerful way to kill imposter syndrome is to change your objective. If you enter a room thinking you have to be the perfect expert, you will always feel like a fraud. Instead, pivot your mindset. Tell yourself, I am not here to be the smartest person in the room. I am here to be the best student in the room. When you reframe, I don't belong here, into I am here to learn, the pressure to be perfect vanishes. You give yourself permission to ask questions, to observe, and to grow. True mastery isn't about having all the answers. It is about having the courage to stay in the room until you find them. Imposter syndrome is a sign that you are playing a big game. Don't let it shrink you. Your homework? I want you to think of one room or one goal you've been avoiding because you don't feel ready enough. This week, walk into that space and declare yourself a student. Tell me in the comments, what is one big goal you're going after despite the fear? I'll be in the comments cheering you on. I am Professor Udeme Owunari Georgewill. Continue to learn, unlearn, and relearn. That is the best investment one can make in oneself. See you in the next episode.